Hey, welcome back. It's Imran Siddiq from Squadron. We're to help you, your clients, and your business get the most out of website design, freelancing, your agency, and of course, using Elementor, the best page builder in the world. I'm talking today about juggling family life and your business work life as well. Let me just give you a bit of a story here. I have a family, of course, I'm married. I have an adopted son as well. We adopted him about 6 years ago. It is almost close to 6 years now. He was just turning 1 year old. Wonderful boy. Can be a bit of a nightmare, but he's pretty good most of the time. And when we adopted him, our life did change completely in terms of the amount of free time I had just to kind of do whatever I wanted. Of course, anyone out there who's a parent, you're going to be sat there and going to go, yeah, we know all this. Tell us something new. But what became really clear to me was how I have this kind of ethos where I kind of work hard all the time. Any free time I have, unless I'm catching up on a TV show or a movie I really want to watch, I'm kind of head down, neck deep in work or investigating or looking into things. It might be DIY for the house or the garden. It might be looking at how I can improve my finances or my mortgage or my savings and stuff like that. Or just learning about something to improve my skill set or just my life, basically. And when you have a child, you're having to juggle a lot of that. Now, let's leave the past as it is or the present. Let's now move on to why exactly we're doing this podcast. How do you juggle all of that? Because some people say to me, oh, you're not working anymore for the NHS or the health service anymore. You must have tons of free time. You can do what you want. You know, you're self-employed now. You got your web agency, social media, YouTube, all of this stuff. You don't need to worry about time. Time is your friend. Actually, it's probably what I would say a little bit worse than that. Because before, when you had a full-time career, and then you're doing maybe the web design and the agency and all of that stuff as well, you were fitting it in. And when you have another income to rely upon as well, I'm not saying it's easier, but you almost know you're guaranteed an income, whether your business is doing really well or just kind of, jogging along week by week or whatever. Once you now give up any other full-time income and now you're freelancing or your web agency or whatever other business you're involved in, maybe you're a gas engineer or an architect or something or an artist, your job or your business that you're employed in, your self-employed business, becomes your bread and butter. And that's where things start to become, I don't want to say difficult, but they start to become more important than they ever were before. Now, when you have a family or you have a son, and believe me, when they hit the 4-year-old stage, they become a little bit more demanding. And by the time you hit 6, they're kind of like in your face all the time. It's not a bad thing, but you get what I mean by this, right? Tantrums, meeting their needs, taking them out. They want to go to the park. They want to see their friends. They want to play a computer game. They don't want to eat their dinner. Homework? Who does homework? You know the drill, let alone trying to get them to bed. And all of a sudden, you're trying to now fit in your web work and other work, finding clients, talking to clients, scheduling meetings. I do a lot of YouTube. Obviously, I do podcasts as well. And you almost have to find a balance. And what I've worked up with my son, and so far it's working really well, is that he appreciates and understands what I do. So I share with him the work. I share with him when I'm working on a website. He sometimes watches some of these videos. I don't think he understands them, but he watches them. And he takes an interest in it. And by him taking an interest, he starts to understand. So when I say to him, look, I'm going to be upstairs now just recording a video. Try not to disturb me if you can, or don't make too much noise or something. He kind of appreciates that. Or I might say to him, look, I can't take you to the park right now. I'm in a meeting where I've got to get some work done. Can you give me half an hour? Can you give me an hour here or there? He gets it. And by keeping my family involved in what I do and not hiding it, they understand. Now, before, when I worked in health analytics with the NHS, I didn't always share my work, mainly because of the confidentiality that went with the work. You couldn't basically talk about the doctors or hospitals you were working with or what you were trying to do in the health economy. You couldn't really share a lot of that. Mainly because my wife works in the health industry as well. So it was a little bit, I don't want to create a conflict of interest. And they didn't always appreciate, why is daddy working late again? Why is he working late at night, bank holiday, Christmas Day, weekends, whatever? Why is he always working? Because I didn't always share what I was. But now, yes, I have a bit of flexibility over what I want to do. But when you're self-employed, or you're working as part of a business now, every hour, every second becomes a little bit more important than it used to before. And you're having to earn to survive at the end of the day. And you could have long periods where you're not working a loads of hours and you go, right, I'm just going to sit here and take the day off now and not do anything. That's fine if you've got some passive income coming in, or the business is just running along, or it's chugging along, or there's someone else to do bits and pieces as well. You do have to balance things off. You can't work forever. But I really do appreciate, and I started to appreciate it quite a while ago, how when you're self-employed, you're probably going to be working twice as hard as someone who's in full-time employment somewhere else. I'm not trying to say this is a competition, but I think it is something that often gets lost in the noise where people assume you're self-employed, you got tons of free time, you can work whenever you want, you're rolling in money, you've got the happy life. It's a little bit different. And for those of you that are self-employed, you'll understand that when we're sick, when we're not working, we're probably not earning. And if you take a week off work, you better make sure there's someone else who's also doing things in the background, or things are still chugging along. But we've digressed a bit. The key thing was about family life and about kind of, if you keep them involved, well, that's what I've done. They kind of appreciate why I'm working hard or why I'm doing what I do. And if I was to shut them off and just say, look, I'm busy, I'm working, that's kind of a recipe for disaster. And I know how I could go back over a decade ago, me and my wife, we got into quite a lot of arguments because I wasn't attending loads of family events. I wasn't going out to weddings or functions because I was busy. But I wasn't disclosing completely why I was busy. It was just that I was busy. Now, I'm busy because I'm doing X, Y, Z. And I have a board that shows them what I'm doing. And I kind of pre-plan now as well. So I might go, okay, I'm going to keep this day free because we're going to do something together or whatever. But it is very much a juggling act. And I would say that if you are finding yourself very busy, or you're getting stressed out because you got too much work or not enough work, share it with your family, let them in, and they might be able to give you words of optimism or hope, or just put an arm around you and go, hey, let's get a takeaway and enjoy ourselves. That's always a good thing when you get a takeaway. Look, I hope you enjoyed listening or watching this. Take care. I hope you like, subscribe, share, follow. Let people know about this. Put it on your blog. Do what you want with it. We don't mind. There's no copyright issues here. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean.